In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians.
Heading to one of those pro-Palestine marches, yeah? Yeah, I don't really care about them. Do you know that over 30,000 people have been murdered, yeah? Mostly women and children. You know, it's so funny. I find the darker the skin colour, the less I seem to care. Do Palestinians not deserve a nice life? They deserve to be murdered, do they? Hey, I never said that now. I was just saying that whether they live or die doesn't really seem to kind of get me, you know, again, probably because of the...
My name is Taaig Hickey. I am a comedian, stroke satirist, stroke activist. I'm very proud to be from Ireland. I'm particularly proud to be from Ireland in light of its support of Palestine at the moment, and it feels like the Irish people are on the right side of history. I've always been aware that the Palestinian struggle is similar to the Irish struggle. We're one of the few countries in Europe that will understand colonialism because we've literally been through it so recently. The Arab people, they have an understanding of colonialism in the same way that Irish people do. So I feel like most colonised people are more likely to embrace history and understand where they've come from, what was the history of their country before it was colonised, what state is the country in afterwards. I was obsessed with Ireland's War of Independence, and then if you look at that history, some of the black and tans, who would have been a particularly brutal British soldier present in Ireland in that period, they were literally transported from Ireland at the end of the War of Independence to British Mandate for Palestine. So for me, Palestine began as something that I was reading about in a book, and today it has flourished into having Palestinian friends, eating regularly in a Palestinian restaurant, and also understanding that we are so connected, even though we probably don't have the same faith, we don't have the same skin colour, but we're united in the same sense of humanity and kind of knowing what's wrong and right.
Dude, what the hell are you doing? You're gonna kill him. Oh my God. Why do you hate all followers of my faith so much? What's happening? You criticizing me means you hate me and all adherents to my religion. I just want you to stop beating that guy to death. Ah, you see? Defending him. That means you hate us. That's not true. I detest what you're doing in our name. Well, that's because you hate yourself. Mate, this isn't about your religion.
As a comedian, it was difficult to find a way of expressing solidarity through my own art. But I think in recent years, I found a means of doing it. Focuses on satirising the propaganda, has condemned Palestine to the second-class citizenship and ethnic cleansing that it has been undergoing.
So you were promised this place as well. How about I take the upstairs bedroom and the front room, and you could take the downstairs bedroom and the living room, and we could share everything else? Yeah, maybe. And then after a while, I could take the front room as well. And here, and here.
I had made some sketches about Palestine years before in a previous incursion into Gaza, actually, which was probably 2021. I had made some satirical sketches about the basic scenario that was going on. Shortly after October 7th, when the scale of the Israeli response was starting to become clear, my Palestinian friends in Ireland said, "We need you now. more than ever. You need to be making satire. These people are going through a genocide while the world, the Western world, either claps its hands or looks the other way.
Housing disputes. You two still squabbling. Squabbling? He turned up at my house one day and kicked me out, claiming it was his. Not true. I told you, if you leave the shed quietly and pitch a tent next door, I probably won't kill you. Complicated, isn't it? It really is. I think the best we can do really is give you more explosives to blow the shed up anyway, first and foremost. You get something too. All good?
As an artist, I found myself sitting at home watching Al Jazeera and listening to the latest incursions and listening to the atrocities and watching the absolutely horrific images and thinking to myself, I live in a country that has shown some solidarity but nowhere near enough, and I live in the West, and basically our tax dollars and euros are being used to fund this regime doing these things. And then you've got Israeli propaganda on a minute-by-minute basis. And instead of putting my fist through the television, what I decided to do was write some sketches about it. How are you getting on, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, sorry, I've been feeling low lately. I know I'm not great to be around, but it's just horrific with this genocide back home.
Hope you're keeping up with your yoga, are you? Why don't you guys just make peace with each other? Oh, I mean, who doesn't like peace?
Israel doesn't. Yeah, like, we had several peace agreements with them and they broke all of them. Yeah, they're just determined to take over the whole land.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Can't your parents and siblings just go to a neighbouring country into a refugee camp there? Wouldn't it be better than dying?
I believe no one should be forced to leave their house. Yeah, that's called ethnic cleansing.
Oh, whoa, buddy. I'm just trying to help you here. I can see you're getting emotional now as you do.
Now we're expanding a little bit, and because I suppose the following is growing and the demand for the stuff is growing, that I see an opportunity to include other artists and to expand on what organically is happening anyway, which is these people coming together who are not afraid to stand up and say, yeah, we're pro-Palestine, but actually we're just against genocide. That's the main thing. We're against genocide. We're against ethnic cleansing. And if it affects our careers in the short term, so be it. Because we're looking at the big picture, and I think our humanity and our souls mean more to us. And I also think that if you do the right thing now, in the middle term and in the long term, your career will take care of itself. You've got to be true to you, I think, and not get too preoccupied with what are the ramifications or the punishments in the short term. I feel so useful in my comedy in a way that I've never felt before. I've never felt a stronger, more meaningful utility that if I put something out there, it might have an effect of changing someone who could have some influence perspective on what's going on right now. I'm doing sketches for free and lots of other people are doing content for free, and as we gather together, I suppose we've kind of formed an allyship anyway, along with Palestinian voices who are the most important and Palestinian creators who are of course the most important, but together we formed this kind of little bit of a lobby, and that lobby is by far more powerful than the one that's funded in eye-watering amounts. So the Palestinian identity, the Palestinian cause, the Palestinian history, the struggle, it's mainstream. It's on the streets of every major European city pretty much every Saturday, and that's brought about by the power, for all its ills, of social media, where young people are looking at the sketches, they're looking at the content, they're looking at the horrors that these incredibly brave Palestinian journalists are covering day by day, minute by minute. So I have every faith that this generation coming up now, the next generations coming up, will actually not accept what we accepted